It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on this Thursday, March the 16th, 2023. Coming to you from off the coast of Mexico in the Pacific Ocean. We are heading towards San Diego. We'll get in there Saturday morning, bright and early. And of course, coming to you from the Zaandam, Holland America Zaandam. We do have several news stories this morning that I'll be getting to. Mariner of the Seas cruise canceled. Oops, another Royal Caribbean mistake. Masks for a Luminosa sailing. MSC partners with Formula One. And passports required for Legend sailings. And Greenock prepares for a big year. That and a lot more live here at 11 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. All right, folks, this is not one that I'm particularly fond of talking about. Today is National Artichoke Day. I'll leave that up to you artichokians. I'm not particularly one of those. I don't care for them. So I'm not even going to go look, see if there's any on this yet. There probably is. So you guys that eat artichokes, just go eat one today to celebrate National Artichoke Day. If you're listening via the podcast, welcome aboard. You can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcasts from. All the big guys, just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the Fat Travel Guy. If you're listening via the podcast and want to hop over to the video feed, you can always do so. There's a link in the description of the podcast to do just that. All right, a couple things to mention before I get on with the news today. One, I had a most productive meeting with the hotel manager and her, I assume his title is assistant, but anyway, we had a very productive meeting on the accessibility issues, and there are very few on the Zaandam. Holland American does a better than most job with accessibility issues. Doesn't mean it's perfect. There were several things that I pointed out. I will be writing and putting up a post on that in the next couple days as I get some time to start writing now without disruptions and so forth. But it was a really good meeting. Also got to spend a little time with the captain, which was nice. Then yesterday, there were 3 medical evacuations from Zaandam in Puerto Vallarta. 2 gentlemen and a lady, all would be in the category of elderly, I would say. However, I was not able to find out any reasons or causes for that. They keep that pretty well hidden. But anyway, 3 medical evacuations yesterday. The Cruise Amigos will be at a new time today. Excuse me. That went down the wrong pipe. Cruise Amigos at a new time. We will start today at 11:30 Central Daylight Time, 12:30 Eastern Daylight Time, and 4:30 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time for the Cruise Amigos. All right. I'll be back to get started with the news after this from Scoot Around.
Do you have a bad back, bad hips, bad knees, or any other mobility issues? Think about Scoot Around. For scooters, walkers, wheelchairs, even oxygen needs, delivered right to your cabin. Scoot Around for all your mobility needs on your upcoming cruise.
All right. Of course, you guys know what I think about Scoot Around. I couldn't do what I do without them. They're great folks. If you have any kind of mobility challenges, talk to them. They can help you out in all sorts of ways other than just scooters. But yeah, great folks. All right, we'll be back with the news after a quick break from one of our network sponsors. The lead story today comes out of the Royal Caribbean camp. Mariner of the Seas, they announced yesterday that they've had to cancel a cruise for Mariner of the Seas just over 2 weeks before departure. The cancellation is due to a dry dock currently taking place in Cadiz, Spain, which is taking longer than anticipated. The maintenance work being done on the ship includes new paint and upgrade to the pool deck and water slides, maintenance to the propellers, general hotel, and engine maintenance work. The cruise was set to sail on April the 1st. And no, folks, this isn't a bad April Fool's joke. Guests booked on the voyage have been notified of the cancellation. They've been provided with options to either rebook on a future Royal Caribbean sailing or receive a full refund. Royal Caribbean, announced a couple days ago that they've had some issues with some mistakes recently. Well, oops, they found another one. They've been dealing with not just one mistake over the past few days, but now two. We talk about the cruise line refunding guests over a wrongly published premium package. Royal Caribbean also informed guests about incorrect pricing of a popular shore excursion. On March the 1st, Royal Caribbean started offering the Atlantis Aquaventure Water Park for $64.99. That was a mistake. Previously, the excursion cost $249. With the glitch in lowering the price, needless to say, people were booking it left and right for their upcoming sailings. Of course, the tour is popular Atlantic Water Park in Nassau, located on Paradise Island, just a short drive from the dock in Nassau. While the vessel is making a port call, many guests will often choose Atlantis to spend their day, as it includes a beach, restaurants, casino, and plenty of activities. As a result of the mistake by the cruise line, those guests that booked the tour were not happy to be informed that the purchase at the glitch price of $64.99 had been canceled. Royal Caribbean is refunding the purchase to the original payment form, plus offering $50 credit as an apology. I'm sorry, Royal Caribbean, that's not good enough. You made the mistake. Somebody or something in your system offered that excursion at $64.99, and your faithful passengers, guests, purchased it. It's not fair to them that you're just going to give them their money back. They were planning now on going to Atlantis. You should have to bite the bullet on this one. You should have to make that $64.99 good. Yeah, I understand. Change your website so that it doesn't happen again. But I think you got to bite the bullet on this one, folks, not just give them their money back. If it had been me, I'd have been royally PO'd. Now, from our friends over at Carnival, the Carnival Luminosa is getting ready to sail a Trans-Pacific, a 22-day sailing. And folks, I know nobody wants to hear this, but masks will be required at embarkation in Brisbane on April the 13th. And during disembarkation in Seattle on May the 4th. The voyage will be operated as a U.S. cruise. All charges and gratuities added to onboard accounts will be in U.S. dollars. And folks, it's like anything else when these things come up. I know nobody wants to wear a mask, but they're requiring it for this cruise. Don't fight it, wear it, or don't go. It's that simple. When something like this happens and it's required, do it, people. All right. The next story today has to deal with our friends over at MSC. They have recently increased their partnership with Formula One and will offer an unparalleled Grand Prix hospitality experience on board the MSC Virtuosa during the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in November of 2023. As part of MSC Cruises' partnership with Formula One, this unique offering promises to bring the trackside thrills of the final race of the season to the cruise ship. MSC Virtuosa will serve as a hotel for race fans throughout the weekend while docked at Abu Dhabi Cruise Terminal, just a short drive from the circuit. All right, according to Baltimore Customs and Border Protection, passports will be required of all guests sailing on 2 Greenland cruises on the Carnival Legend. The 2 sailings are August 13th to the 27th, September 2nd through the 16th of this year. Greenland is not part of the Western Hemisphere Travel Initiative, and therefore passports are required. I can't believe anybody in today's world would be traveling without a passport to start with. I mean, yeah, I know that that's a cost, but it's what's it, $100 or something? And it's good for 10 years. Goodness, folks, get a passport. I was really surprised at that one. All of a sudden it's required. I just assumed passports were required on all cruises. If you're going outside the country. All right, and the final story this morning deals with our friends over in Scotland. "91 cruise ships are scheduled to call at Greenock Ocean Terminal in 2023, a 25% hike compared to last year," officials said yesterday. Cruise ships will dock at the Scottish port's new dedicated pontoon, delivering up to 150,000 cruise guests, plus an estimated 38,000 crew members to the region. a record number of cruise arrivals. So congratulations to our friends over in Scotland. I don't think I've ever talked about Greenock, Scotland terminal on the show before. If I have, I don't remember it. So I'm interested to see what this pontoon terminal is. So, all right, that's going to wrap up the news portion of today's show, which has been brought to you by our various network sponsors and Scooter-Around. All right, let's hop over and see who's fussing at me in the chat room today. I'm sure somebody is. Mike's with us. Hi, Mike. Dennis is here. Good morning, Dennis. MC's with us from Parts Unknown. Cindy's here. Cindy's back home now, misbehaving with Nick after misbehaving with the girls. Nikki's with us. Hi, Nick. I was thinking about you last night, Nikki. I was thinking one of these days, that next trip down there, and I can't remember if it's my turn to buy dinner or your turn. We'll have to argue over that one. We'll have to have dinner or lunch or something. Eddie's with us. Yo, Brooklyn in the house. Good to have you, Eddie. Everybody's saying good morning. Hot Air Tom is here. I found someone to cruise on the Dawn with me. Very nice. 20 some of you probably know her. Okay, let's not keep us in suspense, Hot Air Tom. Just who is this going with you on this cruise? Royal Caribbean must have hired some ex-NCL IT guys. Oh, there you go. Curly to be exact. Yeah, they're having a few issues. What would you do, Tom? Would you, if you had booked that excursion for $64.99 or whatever it was, man, if they yanked that out for me because of their mistake, I'd been pissed. Excuse my French. P.O. That's probably what I should have said. But anyway, our next cruise is April 16th on the Escape. NCL's first annual Latitude Rewards cruise. No details on the special activities yet. Okay, that's pretty cool. What happened to me with my Atlantis Aqua Venture? I booked it and got canceled. Now it's $309 for November on the Allure. They did say we will get $50 on board credit. So disappointed. Man, I just, Cindy, I don't like that. They made the mistake. It was not us or you or anybody else that booked that. You did it in good faith. You paid for it. What they asked, I think they got to bite the bullet and make it good. I'd be all over that one. Glad you found a cruise, buddy. I would have volunteered if health permitted. Maybe I would have told Roger. Yeah, I can see that, Nikki. I think if Royal Caribbean is making website errors, they should give the price and honor it until it's rescinded. Me too. They probably meant $264.99. Laugh out loud. Yeah, that's too expensive for that package anyway. Oh, If the browser lost connection to my camera, it says. I'm not entirely sure what that means. Let's see if I can start camera. Okay, got the camera back. I'm not sure what caused that one, folks. Yeah, Dennis says, remember you're dealing with an organization that can't properly pronounce Key, C-A-Y, Key. All the other islands in the Bahamas are Key, except Perfect Day at Coco Cay. I think that was a PR guy that was drunk. Good morning, everybody. Ken is with us. MC says, I have no problem at all with wearing a mask. Yeah, I mean, I don't like it. I have probably a dozen with me on every cruise. So, yeah, if they tell you to do it, do it. You just wear them. That's all. I will probably wear one on the long flight home. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised to see that I understand why, but Hot Air Tom says it's not confirmed yet. I would have preferred a male cruise friend, but but Tweety volunteered yesterday. I had a message out to Don and Tony for the offer, told Tweety I would wait. Wait until the end of today, and if no response from Don, Tony, or Don, there she was, and then she was in with Cindy is okay, and Tweety got an okay from her partner. Okay, well, that's fine. The S in Luminosa is pronounced with a Z. Luminosa. In Italian, the single letter S sounds like a Z. Okay. Luminosa instead of Luminosa. I said that wrong. Okay. Thank you, Dennis. Luminosa. I had a tour that drove past the Abu Dhabi racetrack. Tom, now you're burdened with packing pajamas. I like it, Dennis. Yeah. Chillie Cruises, you missed the name. Have you met So Tweety, another YouTube creator? That one doesn't ring a bell with me, so probably not. Pajamas provided by Qatar Air on my flight to Cape Town. Glad you sorted out, Tom. I was thinking of joining you in Southampton if you could cope with British English. Dennis says, we still hear me. Yeah, I guess it was just the camera that went out. Who knows? Okay, how's my time doing? 11:30. Don't forget, we got some Cruise Amigos at a new time today. MC says, come on, Royal Caribbean, get it together. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Good point. Chillie, the best bit of solo cruising is no need to pack pajamas. Totally agree, Dennis. And I never do. Of course, when I'm with Hot Air Tom, I'm going to have to. So, if anyone knows of a person at Royal Caribbean, I can escalate. Anyway, I can't read. I can't quite read that, Cindy. Anyway, let her know if anybody knows anybody at Royal Caribbean had a similar problem with Carnival, and went to John Heald. Agree they should have to hold good on the price. Yeah. I don't know anybody on that end of Royal Caribbean. And I know my guy that's on accessibility issues, he doesn't deal with anything like that. But I'll see what I can find out, Cindy. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for about an hour. I need to recharge and get ready, and I got to do all kinds of processing today. But anyway, that's going to wrap me up for now. Don't forget the Cruise Amigos starts at 11:30 Central Daylight Time today. That's 12:30 Eastern Daylight Time, and 4:30 Greenwich Mean Time, because they haven't changed their clocks yet. So, all right, that's going to wrap me up. I'll see everybody back here tomorrow or for Cruise Amigos later on today, as we're going to talk about cruising Alaska with the Cruise Amigos. So that's going to wrap me up for today. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a fantastic day, everybody. See you tomorrow.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.